Well, we're about to get a little bit heavy now on Subculture After Dark because we have a brand new album that we want to chat to you about. It's the brand new album by Persefone, and we actually thought we would get Bobby on the phone right now to chat a little bit about this stunning new album that I've had the chance to take a listen to over the last few days. And I've got to say, this is an amazing EP. It might only be 5 tracks long, but this is absolutely brilliant. So welcome to the program, Bobby.
Hello, thank you for having me.
No worries. Now, mate, I've got to say, this is an absolutely amazing EP. Tell us a little bit about what you guys were talking about before you headed into the studio to work on this album, because it's come out amazingly well.
Thank you so much. We are super excited with the EP too. It's about we started working on it when we were on tour in Latin America. Actually, we started talking about a new release, and the idea of the EP just came out because we have a new singer, and so we wanted to introduce him as soon as possible to the audience. And so, since we put so much time to release a record, we thought the idea of the EP was better, to start touring with him and actually releasing some music with him.
Does that happen often, that you get an idea while you're on tour? Because I know a lot of bands like to be on tour and not think about albums or think about writing new music. Was that something that's rare for you guys, or does that happen quite often?
It happens quite often because we are like family, within the band. So we spend most of the time together. In Andorra, we have to work, we have like our regular jobs. And so we just meet when we have to rehearse or when we are writing music, which is complicated to meet. That's why we take so long, to write music. But when we are on tour, we spend all day together. So it's like the best opportunity to at least share thoughts, not writing music per se, but talking about everything, or like what we're reading, or movies, or I don't know, like influences or whatever, actually. And so we were in Costa Rica, and I remember Carlos is the guitar player, talking about the title of the EP. He was like, what do you guys think about this Lingua Ignota thing? And we were like, dude, it's really good. And we started like working on that. And then on the plane from Costa Rica to Mexico, I wrote like the main titles of the songs. Even if we didn't have the music, it's a way to start, like pulling a thread or something to start working, because we need to find ideas from nowhere, actually. So.
So tell us a little bit about that theme. You talked about coming up with the theme and then going from there. Tell us a little bit about the theme that our listeners can expect to hear explored on this album.
Yes. So we usually try to write and talk about themes that are more based on spirituality, like
yeah.
And self knowledge. We kind of feel more comfortable talking about this because I think it's more universal than that. And we don't like to be like super cryptic with the lyrics or something. And so Carlos came out with this idea of this, like, Lingua Ignota means like language, unknown language, like,
yeah,
not secret, but something like you cannot, a language that you cannot speak, but we like this idea about something like you can communicate with someone or something without using words, and just like when you are standing alone and just thinking and having like this connection with everything, and you don't need to use your words or something, but you know that you are part of something greater and bigger. And so we like this non-verbal communication. And that was like the starting point of the EP, actually.
You also mentioned, of course, you've got a new vocalist, Daniel. Tell us a little bit about Daniel. How did he come to join the band, and what's it been like since he's come into your family?
Yeah, so our previous singer and friend Mark asked us to have like some month, to think about what he should do regarding work and family and stay at home and everything. And so we didn't want to cancel the tours we have scheduled in 2022 and 2023, since this is not our job, but we really work hard to put it out and make it as more professional as possible. So cancel was not an option, and so we told him that we were finding a new person at least for a year, to tour. And so we had a friend in common called also Danny that introduced us to Daniel, our single, and it was so easy to work with him because he already knew the band and he knew the songs because he liked the band before, and he's such a professional guy. So he just came the first day to a rehearsal place with everything perfectly learned, and so it was a perfect match since the beginning. He's like the youngest of all. He's like 27 now, and it's so easy going guy. And for us it was like so easy then when we talked to Mark, our previous singer, that he wanted to focus more on his family, and he had to step out from the band to just welcome Danny to the band, because we have been touring with him for a year. And so at first it was weird because you are with a stranger, but since we already spent a year with him and we have these long chats, and spend the days with him, it was really easy to welcome him to the band.
There's a real freshness with this EP when you sit down and listen to it. Do you think that Daniel coming into the band has kind of rejuvenated all of you a little bit, or brought a new freshness to the band?
Sure. I don't know if he have like rejuvenated the whole band, but he has put some new elements to the band that we didn't have before, for sure. First, because he was like so involved, in all the steps. He has this. He wants to do everything, because he's the new guy, so he wants like to be part of all the steps. And also he can like sing. He can sing with clean vocals, I mean. So the difference between Mark and him, it's Mark, he was like a beast on stage and a growler, we unleashed him on stage and he did his job and that's it. But Danny is like a professional guy that has like study his vocals, and he has a technique and he likes to like really perfectionist guy. So it's really different approach from Mark. And yes, sure, I think also the freshness of the EP comes because it's the first one we record some music outside Andorra. So It's the first time that we record in Sweden. This time was in Sweden with David Castillo, and so we had a producer and we new inputs, on the music and everything. So I think it's like different elements.
Definitely. So tell us a little bit too about working with David Castillo. Of course, he has worked with some amazing bands over the years, Opeth, Soilwork, Catatonia, Candlemass. What was it like working with him, and also what did you feel that he brought to your music?
David is such a professional guy. I mean, right now we are like super close friends because it's like the third or fourth time that we met. The first one was mixing Metanoia. We mixed the album with him. And it was so cool, the sound that he got only with the mix was already like top notch, and that's why we decided to go full production with him, recording and mixing, and he did the engineer for everything. So for us it was super nice to work with him. And the thing that it's like the most important is like when we record in Andorra, we have to work all day, and then when we get out of work, like 10 p.m, we have to go to the rehearsal place and start recording. And then if it's a Sunday or a Saturday, I have to do like the laundry or go shopping or whatever, like regular stuff that you have to do in your daily life.
Yeah.
But when we were in Sweden, we were like in the studio like for 10 or 12 hours a day. So it was like a music environment all day long, which I think it helps a lot to be more focused on everything. And so David, obviously, the sound and the quality of the sound that we have in the EP, it's completely thanks to him because he's such a perfectionist guy. He made us like repeat hundreds of times, like do it again, a little bit more energy, please. Change the cymbals, okay? Change the strings, sure. And then, so we're not used to that, because we are always rushing here in Andorra. So it was great to have him. He's the best.
Definitely. You've also played some massive festivals over the years. You've played at Wacken, Brutal Assault, 70,000 Tons of Metal. What have you guys got lined up for live shows this year, and how do you think these new tracks are going to go live?
I think the new tracks are going to be really cool to play live, because we've learned so much during the last year and a half. We have been touring a lot, and it's definitely the year that we've toured the most. So we've learned a lot, playing live, and I think those songs will work perfectly because they have more air and they breathe way more, and they have like huge chorus, and we are not used to do this, because we like to like have super long songs with a lot of different parts and bridges and whatever, and these are pretty easy structure songs, and I think they will work great. And so for the calendar this year, we are about to go on tour in 10 days. We have a headline tour in Europe, and then we have a super special show in Andorra. We haven't played here in 10 years, and we will play like in the National Music Hall, which is super small because Andorra is small, but for us it's like super important. And we will play with the orchestra. So it will be like a very, very special show. We will record everything, and for a video, or I don't know, still yet to figure, but we want to make it really special. And then we have more stuff that I can't announce now because it's not super official, but we have another tour aligned, and we have summer festivals too. So it's a pretty busy year, and trying to balance work and jobs and music and the band and everything. So yeah.
Is there any chance we might see you in Australia one day as well? Because I know this EP is going to be so embraced here.
We had the chance to go to Australia last year with Neo Obliviscaris, but we couldn't make it because since we do not live out of the band and the jobs, sometimes we cannot take all the tours. And this one with Neo was impossible to do it, but we'd love to. I mean, we have some friends there, and now we are also going to Japan in May, and we wanted to do like a detour, and go to Australia too, but it's really hard to balance, to find the perfect balance between family, work, and the band right now. And so we're trying to make it as profitable as possible and not lose money like we usually do, like lose money all the time. And so we are trying to stay positive this year, and hopefully Australia. Yeah, man, I mean, I would love to. I mean, it's in the list, it's one of the things that we want to do, because last year we toured Latin America, we've done Japan, we've done the US, we've done Europe many times, but we haven't played in Australia, so it's definitely one of the places we want to go soon.
Awesome. Well, we will embrace you here with open arms. And I guess to finish off the interview, what would you like to say to people out there who are about to sit down and take a listen to this amazing EP now it's out?
Oh man, yeah, I don't know, because for me, I don't listen that much to the music we make, but when I listen to an album, I try to do it focused, on what I'm listening. There's so much effort put in releasing music right now, but it's so fast to consume that I wish people that listens to the music they don't take it like it was a single or something to consume really fast, like fast food music.
Yeah.
And they take the time to do it, because we've put really a lot of effort to the production, and every note is there because of something, it's not random. And I hope that they find, I don't know, peace listening to the music, actually.
Definitely. Well, Bobby, thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today. It's been an absolute honor having you on the show, and hopefully we do get to see you in Australia sometime soon.